Ahoy hoy, I'm a cat, and today Teeth of the Lamb will be explaining how moon phases work on the flat Earth.
He is coming. Cover your butt.
Have you ever looked up at the moon in the daytime and it looks like it's peeking through the atmosphere as if it's not 239,000 miles away?
Nope, I'm not dealing with this. Someone else can deal with it. Hobbs, we're going on vacation.
Ha! I tricked you! It's me, PlanarWalk! Wait, what's that? You didn't think it was Rhetoric&Discourse? God damn it! Anyway, let's get into this video by Teeth of the Lamb.
Have you ever looked up at the moon in the daytime and it looks like it's peeking through the atmosphere as if it's not 239,000 miles away?
No, but have you ever looked at the bottom right hand of your screen and realized that that creepy lamb there is going to murder you in your sleep?
Well, I have, and it bothers me.
I'm really glad you agree. That lamb just really bothers me with that smile. But in all seriousness, what it seems to me is that you saw something differently to everyone else, you didn't understand it fully, and you think that your understanding of that is better than the current understanding that people like me have. Gotcha, seems good.
And when I look up and see with the shadow side of the moon, and there's not even a shade difference from the rest of the sky, that's not the way it should be. It should at least be one shade different in the shadow area.
I agree with you, to an extent. If you go online and do a quick Google search for crescent moon in the evening, you'll find hundreds, if not thousands, of images which show the dark side of the moon being a slightly different shade to the rest of the sky. Well, why can I only see it in the evening? You may be asking. Well, the reason is actually really simple. If you remember anything from primary school, you may remember that Rayleigh scattering is what causes the sky to be blue. And if you remember anything about Rayleigh scattering, you'll know that it's caused by our atmosphere. Now, what we call black is just a lack of light. So with the dark side of the moon not reflecting that much light, it is much more difficult to see it. Now during the day when we look at the moon, most of the light we see is actually light that has been scattered by Rayleigh scattering. Now that light has been scattered within our own atmosphere, so it acts somewhat like a screen. I can replicate this sort of effect pretty easily in Photoshop. Here I've made an image of what the moon kinda looks like during the evening. Now if I add a blue layer over top of that and set the blend mode to be lighten only, I get this kind of effect. Notice how it makes it much harder to see the dark side of the moon now?
So it's not 239,000 miles away, I know that.
If I had $1 for every time a flat earther said that due to their own misunderstandings, I'd be really rich by now.
So I decided to conduct a little experiment, and I took the face of a clock excuse me, and painted a simulation of a moon on there.
Okay, even I've got to admit, that's a pretty kick-ass looking moon.
So it's transparent somewhat, and decided I'd take that and dip it in blue water and black water. I made 2 videos of the phases of the moon, and they're on the end of this. They're fairly long.
He's not wrong. Even I can't sit through the whole entire thing.
So you can skip on through them and take it and run with it if you like it. Take clips out of it, make your own videos.
Do you mean like this video here debunking yours?
Or do your own experiments. But maybe this will give you some ideas. This is what I think's happening, or something very, very similar. Good luck. I'm not saying this is the way it is, but this is the way I think it is.
You know, I'm not saying you're an uneducated doorknob that doesn't know how light works. I'm just saying that I think you're an uneducated doorknob that doesn't know how light works.
This is my simulated moon phases. The curve on this glass is way too concaved, but if it was less, it would work a lot better for showing the phases of the moon. Anyway, that's all I could find to use.
You know, that's all good and all, but how do you explain this happening? You know, the thing that you said should be happening if the Earth is a globe, the thing that does happen because the Earth is a globe, but doesn't happen in what you're doing.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Well, that turned out to be a lot easier than I expected. Now, this may not be like your typical Rhetoric and Discourse video, but never mind. Anyway, leave a like and subscribe if you liked that video. Why not check out my channel? While I'm here, I might as well shill myself. But anyway, I will see you over on my channel. Between you and me, thank you for watching.